but we had a wild wick on Thursday. So it's not going to be perfect all the time. But hey, it gives you great structure and great momentum to see what's happening.
Okay.
That's how combining both of these items together is really beneficial and kind of our secret sauce, if you would say.
I am now on.
Our other tool, can you hear me, Mark?
Yes. Yes, I can.
All right. So our other tool that we have is also liquidations, and I'll go ahead and turn on hammer time. So liquidations, it gives you exactly that, the liquidation areas of the market. It's providing prices of not importance, but interesting price areas that are good, either support levels or good resistance levels. So obviously we came up here, we saw got this liquidation up here from back on Tuesday, and we came and tested, and we got rejected. So now we're sandwiching between here. It really depends on the volume. We're building up that volume right here at 13,150, 13,17. And that's going to be all a long liquidation. So right now everyone's getting in late, what it looks like, to these longs, and they're long in the top. So everyone's long in the top, and we have people that long from back here to the nice pullback, and we longed. So that's what these liquidations are. And then we have liquidations up top. This is at the 1 hour liquidation range. Our last but not least is hammer time. So hammer time shows trends, right? We go the 20 EMA, 50 EMA, and the 200 EMA. The way this one works is really when it crosses, when it crosses the 20 goes over the 50, it'll throw a short signal or a long signal. And the way you would utilize this is really showing support range, dynamic support ranges. So you can see the moving averages always move around, right? They're always up and down moving, but they're acting as that support level. So we can definitely see this one where it comes up, we got that long, and then we broke through the 200, came down, retested that 200, and then it acted as support and pushed back up. Came down, we broke through that 20, but we bounced off the 50, and it continued. Bounce off the 20, so now we're super bullish here. Continuing every time it comes down to retest that 20 EMA, it is just super bullish, super support. And then you can kind of see when that support level or trend is starting to reverse, because we'll start breaking through and losing those important levels. And that's when you can kind of say, okay, well, trend is probably going to be changing, and you will go sideways. So here's the sideways chop until we finally broke, and we broke on that Friday. I call it D-Day, October 10th. Try to return here. A little bullishness here came positive, rejected or supported here. But then the 200 was super bearish and broke through and back down. Looks like we are now going sideways chop. So this is the bottom. Bottom was in back at 104. Sideways chop. Now we're broken all three. All three are starting to fan out. So now is definitely a bullish momentum. So we could see something like this happen again. And if we see that, this was our last time that we went and did that. That was almost 16%. If we come back over here and do this in prediction, 16% puts us at about 120, 124.7. just still a higher low. So it really depends on how we look at uh, this structure here. We'll see if we can break that all-time highs or not. And we still got to regain the VWAP. All right, so hopefully that has answered a lot of questions.
So we're trying to do it. Maya, can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it faint or well?
No, it's really loud.
Okay. All right. Then let me put that down. Can you
It was just
back through? I was just having trouble with that mic. If you want to go from the top, that would be great. Because we're trying to do.
Mhm. So we got a couple tools here. Um, actually, I'll go back here for those that are just joining and actually seeing it. Hey guys, thank you for joining the TikTok. If you guys please hit a follow, subscribe. And you want to learn more, join our Discord. But this is for those that are just now joining. If you don't know how to add indicators to the trading view, you'll go up here, indicators, and then if you've joined our ultimate Discord and everything, you'll see you'll get access to these. So you'll get invite only, and you'll see these here: Smart Pack, Neuro Wave, Liquidity, and Hammer Time. We'll go ahead and add these. And first, you were going to look
So,
at
so Jesus, that's invite only, correct?
that is invite only. Yes, that is correct.
If I'm a VIP member of the Discord, that doesn't qualify me to get those indicators, correct?
It does, depending on what package you have.
Uh, I really didn't think I would ever be in a Discord, much less a online group. I don't know which package I signed up for, to be honest.
Did you sign up through the WAP, or do you remember
Uh,
where you signed up through?
it was either WAP or Pat, Pat, Patton something,
Patreon.
Patreon. Yeah.
Okay. Um, you'll probably have to find out which one um you're part of, and then you can actually go and reach out to Crux, and you'll be able to access it. So once you go and find out which one it is what, then um, you'll have a better understanding. But say you have the WAP, then all you have to go to WAP is go and update your trading view username, type it in, and then it'll give you access.
Okay. Well,
You go
I
to
did a
indicators.
one-on-one with Crux uh, probably 5, 6 months ago, something like that. 4 months ago, something when I first got into the group.
Ah, yeah, DM him, and then he can help you out.
Will do.
All right. So if you want to just run through these.
All right, sorry, DMing. Yeah, Dahlia, I'll explain everything now. So we'll go into a little kind of showing what the indicators are. So the smart pack is going to be a price action tool. What it covers is going to be pretty much the action of what the market is doing. So building, fair value gaps, support levels for order blocks. You have your support or bullish order block, your bearish order blocks, and then you also have reversal zones of where price be likely to reverse. Came up here into this reversal zone and rejected, and we came down here very close to the support level. support zone and then push back up and then came back up, and it's just, it's like yo-yo, go up and down, right? Price goes up and down. What goes up must come down, what goes down must come up, in theory. Hey, and if you guys can hear the bell or anything, let me know and I'll kick the cat out.
No, you're doing fine. No background.
Perfect. I'm testing out this new microphone, so far so good.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
So we got some good structure on the 1 hour. We have this nice bearish order block. We rejected up here, came back down. We created a bullish order block back here, which we are supported. We supported here, and then supported here, and then it's come back up. Created a fair rally gap, bullish. We turned bullish on the smart trail, which is a good sign. And then we can just continue going up, right? So we had another fair value gap that we came in. But what am I studying? I am actually looking at the charts, looking at just studying the charts. That's all I'm doing. So, sorry, bullish fair value gap, going up. We came down and tested that, right? So if you guys like the Autobot, the Autobot kind of gives you that entry, stop loss, and TPs that are good to look at, but they're not the all to be all. They're not the holy grail.
And so, can you explain how that Autobot picks its entry and stays at the entry, but that the take profits and stop loss move?
So entry and TPs are based off of moving averages, right? So the moving average, I have to look at the exact moving average that it is, but as soon as the trend flips bullish and confirms on the moving average, it will throw the buy signal, and then the entry will ultimately be moving up and down on this candle until this candle closes. So until this 1 hour closes, the entry will actually move. Once it closes, that's whenever that entry stays fixed. Then what moves is a stop loss, TP1, TP2, and TP3. That moves based off of the moving average itself. Now, it's not going to be drastic moves, but what it's supposed to do is give you the most optimal TP for the trade. And then TP1 is our typical range where we are basing off of this dashboard, and then our success rate is about 70ish to 78% depending on, one, the market, and two, the coin that you're trading, or just the market itself, whichever market, because this works in gold, silver, forex. So if you're trading other markets, it works as well. So TP1 is our typical 70 to 78% hit rate.
And then, as you go beyond the TP1, what's happening with your hit rate?
So the hit rate on TP2 and TP3 definitely decreases, just because now you're going in longer times, right? You're moving this trade a lot longer, depending on the time frame as well. But your TP2 and TP3 are typically down in the 60ish percentile, just because of you're holding it longer. You're holding that trade longer. So the theory behind it is, once you hit TP1, you want to move your stop loss back to break even. We would have gotten here, came down into negative, almost stopped out, and then you would have TP'd one over here. So this SL, the stop loss, would have definitely moved down, probably under this fair value gap. If I replay this, I bet you the stop loss came down below here. Just saying, hey, look, we're getting this negative momentum. I'm going to move the stop loss to be safe, but I'm still bullish, right? This trend is saying, hey, I'm still bullish. I'm going to protect the trade, and then that's exactly what it did. So
Since TP3 is moving as we go, then it actually will never be reached. So at some point, unless you get a god candle, you need to stop your TP3 from moving with the
No, TP3 will definitely be hit. So if I go, let's the same thing here. We'll go negative here. And say we're in a short, right? I'll wait for everything to load. So we're in this short here. Right. So TP1 is definitely moving. Now it doesn't move drastically. So it's saying, okay, we're squeezing. So TP1 came closer because it's saying, boom, we hit TP1. I would have moved TP2 or my stop loss to entry. And TP2, 109, 193, 194. That's why you have also the price action. So boom, it hit TP2 there. Now we're getting that heavy push down to the downside. So it's going to actually be moving that TP3 down a little bit just so you can get your most optimal return, right? And there, it hit TP3. So if you would have hit TP3 up here, I mean, you would have missed out on that percentage. But it did hit TP3, and then now we're chopping down to the TP3 level. And yeah, we didn't get a confirmation of a reversal until up here. But then you would have used your other tools, our oscillator, to actually identify, hey, I'm gonna get a buy signal on this 1 hour. We got a golden egg, and then we have actually our buy two, which means, hey, this is a good zone to buy. And then we see that money flow starting to roll over to the positive side. You could have definitely entered somewhere around here if you wanted to wait for that. So it does get hit. That's why it gives you the most optimal return on your investment.
Okay, I just thought it might be moving with it completely, but it does eventually get tagged.
Yeah, it does. It does get tagged. So this trade right here, we'll look at our current one. We're moving sideways, and we've been moving sideways since 9 a.m. this morning. Just because we have 80 something percent, 85% bearish at the 114 mark, and then we're stuck in between this fair value gap, right? Fair value gaps do not have statistic values. I only give statistic values on order blocks and also breaker blocks. But if we see money flow is rounding down, so we are getting that bearishness, we're losing that money flow. But we did get a short symbol. We got a TP symbol, we got bearish momentum, and then we got a sell signal. So we got a sell signal at 11 a.m. this morning. So if you wanted to set an entry up here at 113.7, you would have gotten hit at 12 o'clock, and you would have gotten hit again at 1 p.m. But we're getting that rejection. You see those rejection candles. Hey, Dolly, yes, I do have a Discord. Let me go ahead and post that in chat. Give me 1 second. That is the WAP. You can get our access if you just want our free version for Discord. This is the free version. It does not give you the indicators, but our oh no, I'm on my other screen. All right. So that's going to be how Smart Pack works. Give me 1 second since the cat is making noise. Hey, bud. You want the blind open? There you go. There you go. All right. So then if we have our oscillator, you see we got a bearish momentum on the oscillator. pushing to the upside. So you could have definitely entered. Say if you missed that entry back here, you missed this entry here at 3 p.m. We got another one on Sunday at 2 in the morning. Then we did get this short signal, but do we have heavy bearish or bullish momentum? You see this smart trail is definitely showing bullish momentum. So you could have shorted up here, and then you would have gotten some reversals here. You would have gotten a confirmation that, hey, we're still really bullish. Still got that green money flow on the upside. RSI tried to push up. We got rejected in the afternoon. And then around 2 in the morning, we broke that structure again and back to the upside. So money flow did come negative, and then we just barely hit the red, and then we broke back up to the positive side. And obviously, this is news, right? This morning we saw the news come out that China and Trump they're working on some type of agreement and getting some agreement on that. So that's all that news.
Okay. And then as far as with this one, how can we look at the customizations that we can do?
So customizations on the Smart Pack, you can look at the different options here. So we'll click the settings, and you have storm cloud colors. You'll have smart trail colors that you can change. The settings itself have been pretty dialed in as far as the customizations on the smart trail, the smart cloud, storm cloud, and other settings. But you can definitely change it to your taste or flavor of market if you're changing different or looking at different markets. But the settings have definitely been dialed into, I wouldn't say perfection, but they have been dialed into what the community likes. And I would say a good balance between fast and slow moving. So you can still go in here and you have some customization. So if you like a faster moving ATR on the smart trail where it flips positive and negative, so you can definitely look at that.
And
You
what
can
is
also
ATR?
what is the ATR right now is 10
No, no,
2.
no.
So
What does this
ATR going into
stand for? What does this
specifics
stand
now.
for?
The what?
ATR, what does it stand for?
Oh, it's average of the price what it's calculating. That's what it's calculating. The average to the length. So the length is going to be 10 candles, and then your multiplier is 2 with a smoothing of an RMA of 6. So it's a formula that combines those three to give you the dynamic level here. And then it says it changes based off of, hey, we're flipping or breaking structure, or breaking this line. That's when it starts flipping to a positive or bearish. Obviously here we broke structure here and then it turned bearish. So that's what that ATR does.
Okay.
So you can definitely add this second line. Obviously by default it does not have it on, but we can definitely turn that on. I might actually make that change and turn it defaulted on. Sometimes I like to keep the TP window open. Sometimes I don't. So it really depends on how you like to trade. I like my
The marker mode.
marker mode. Marker mode. Did I miss that?
Set to both. Marker mode. Is that your trails? Both. See, you can check them
Oh, right here.
up a little
Yeah,
higher,
marker mode.
a little higher. Marker mode is still higher. Yeah, there. What does
Yeah,
that
so
go
marker
across?
mode active. It shows which one. So if it's going to show the bullish marker or the bearish marker. So right now I have it on both. Let's see if it changes it to one. There it goes. So because we're in the bullish structure, it's only showing the bullish marker. I like to keep it on both because I like to see where that resistance line is at. Say I want to enter a short, right? If I want to enter a short and I know we're at 113.867, I'm going to enter a short at 113.867. So the time it comes up and rejects it, which it came over here and rejected it at 9 a.m., I entered a short. I entered that short, and or you could have used the order block. You could have used the order block as well, and you would have gotten a little bit better entry at 113.903. But ultimately, that it helps you identify just at a quick glance where the support level and the resistance level is at. All right, so we have badge tools. These are going to be for the smart trail price markers on the scales. I'm still working because I really want this mark badges to actually show up on this price scale. I don't think it's working at this time. No, it's not. So that's why I have it here. I'm still working on that code. But so signal mode, you can change your signal modes. That's going to change this where if it's filtered by different MAs. So say you don't like smooth moving averages, you like exponential moving averages. You can definitely change the formula behind it and what moving average it flips on. I don't like the colored bars on the teal. I do sometimes, but I like my colored bars, so I always turn those off. And then what I toggle is the TP levels and the position tool. So this tool, I'll turn it on to see what it's saying, and then I'll turn it off. Say if I'm too lazy to find areas or we don't have an area, I'll say if we move this back here, right? And I were to turn this tool back on, I don't have an idea of where I want. Now I knew where I want to TP, my full TP. So right off the top, I know I wanted to enter, say this is already going off. I would do something like that right off the bat. Right off the bat. Right off the bat, let's see if I get tagged in. Probably not. Nope, see, I didn't get tagged in. But you could have entered exactly where it said entry 1. And then, oh, actually, I did get tagged in on that one. Look at that. Look at me. I was lucky. But see, I like to look at fair value gaps. So I'm a fair value gap and order block trader. So I saw that we had this last fair value gap that it tested. It didn't test it. It created it, but didn't test it. And we came back down and actually tested that fair value gap, and it gave me almost a sniper entrance. So now I'm actually wanting to trade to this order block, right? I could also say I want to take a TP1 right here, or I want to take one of my TPs there. I could have TP'd there, and then I could have taken my full profit right there on this candle at 8 in the morning. And that is what is that trade? That's almost a 4%, 3.7% return.
Very nice.
So that's how the price action works, right? You're trading the the action of what's happening in the market. All right. So then we have fair value gaps. Everyone knows what the fair value gaps are. So those are gaps in the market that a candle creates a block that is a very supportive volume, and that's where the fair value gap is. Then you have order blocks, bullish and bearish order blocks. Those are created by change of structure or break of structure. So if you have, we'll take this right here. Right, this is a good example. We have this U. It creates a structure that we're actually going to the downside. We tried to break the structure here, but it got rejected. And then we continued and broke the structure up top. So if I were to do a trend line, we broke this structure. Boom, that was bullish. Came here, broke it, We got rejected, and then we came here. So it didn't create one, but we broke it back here.
So your break
So
of
we broke it.
structure is being created by the close of a candle, not
A
by
close
the
of a candle, yeah. It closes. It has to close above it, and that's what creates the volume, right? So that volume, that whenever it broke the structure, whatever volume, that is what's being creating on the order block. And that's those are the statistics between long and shorts. It's creating this volume here. Yeah, so nope, you're good. So
Yeah, the beat
ultimately,
humble was the third opportunity to.
so ultimately, your smart pack is all those tools in one, right? It can definitely look pretty pretty heavy on someone's eyes. Now you can definitely turn some things off and turn it back on later as
They
you
don't
want.
even look like there's any urgency or it's just.
I'm gonna kind of lower your volume a little bit, so
Getting blown out.
but yeah, anyways, we can go into others. A great combination with the smart pack is going to be our Neurowave, which is our oscillator. So smart pack kind of gives you a view of what's happening in the structure, kind of in a historical way. Where I try to integrate some type of, forward thinking in a mix. So, but typically price action is all past. What's happened in the past, and then it builds your historical fair value gap, and then your historical order blocks. Those are all historical. What's kind of forward moving is going to give you your statistical on the moving averages, and then also you can add a RSI on your. You go all the way down, and you can add an RSI, which is more your forward thinking or kind of live trading. And that's what we go into the oscillator.
I
And the
did
oscillator
not
tracks
see
that.
RSI come into play.
The what?
I didn't see RSI come into play.
So RSI is right here.
Oh,
it's
there it
very,
is.
very small.
Okay.
I'm actually working on moving the RSI to be on the dashboard. So it's going to be down here on the dashboard. I'll add that. I don't know. Since it's working right now, it's not my top priority. And I'll have it there, and it's going to be just RSI, and then it'll be a little whatever percentage or number. So that's the way what's going to look in the future.
And so explain that little chart to me in detail, would you?
This chart here, this gives you so right now it's set to TP1. TP1, like I said earlier, is a hit rate of 70 to 78%. And this will track time frames on the 5 minute, 15, 1 hour, and then the 4 hour, saying, hey, look, we're long on 5, 15, and 1 hour, and on the 4 hour. So we're super bullish on all time frames. But the reason why it's not showing track on 5 and 15 is because we've already hit that. If you go to the 5 and 15 minute, I mean, we're way past that TP1. See, over here, TP1 was probably somewhere in this candle. So we're way past that. Same thing on 15, and then we've already hit the TP1. We're about to close the whole trade on the 1 hour candle or the 1 hour chart.
And so why is there no percentage in 4 hour?
Because it also, the 4 hour also hit that. So it probably tracked the long back here somewhere. Oh, actually right here. Tracked the long. Oh no, it didn't. We got stopped out. So the 4 hour didn't. It ignited on this top candle, and then it came down and it hit the stop loss here.
Okay. So that closed that trade out.
It closed the whole trade. So that was an update I pushed out. I think it was Thursday afternoon. I pushed that update out, where it actually will close the whole trade because it wasn't closing the trade.
Okay, understood.
Okay. So then we'll go into the NeuroWave. NeuroWave is a live, kind of more of a live action of what's actually happening on the money flow. So you can see if you want to get your those sniper entries, we got a buy signal here. You'd enter that on the next one. But the good thing is to actually add this to your trading style with the smart pack, right? So we want to actually do, okay, look, we're inside the reversal zone. We got a solid buy signal. I'm going to enter this trade. I'm really confident this trade is going to be reversing soon. So I'm going to enter there. I'll put it the previous wick low, and I'll shoot for that 3RR. All right, boom, go here. We retested the entry. We broke. We actually created an order block back here. Now, once you see this structure being developed, you can move your stop loss. Say, hey, I'm going to move my stop loss now because I created this order block. I want to move it to the smart trail. But we now have this new smart trail up here. The smart trail moved, and we retested that order block. Now I'm going to move my stop loss to right underneath that order block. And depending on when you moved it or how you moved it, right? You could have been like, okay, now I want to go to this wick low. This wick low, you would still been good. Now, if you would have moved it to break even, I mean, yeah, you would have gotten taken out. But that's normally I like to go to.
Correct. Would have
Yeah,
hit
you would
TP1.
have hit you would have hit TP1 by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have hit TP1, came back. You would have probably closed all your whole trade on this wick here on Tuesday, and then you could have re-entered back here on this order block. So that's on the 4 hour. Obviously, 4 hours is a great tool to look at the overall trend, overall market. It's very, very strong. And then you could have jumped down to like the 15-minute or the 1 hour to look at entries because it gives you a lot more data. So that's how the oscillator works. Oscillator is going to give you that money flow. Obviously, we got that buy signal. We're waiting for that money flow. Give me 1 second here. Waiting for that money flow to round off. Money flow starts rounding off, and we're getting that structure. Fair value gets created, and then you're just moving to the upside. We got a sell signal up here, but we still get that money flow starting to round off here. You could have TP'd, or you could have taken some profit off maybe, and moved your stop loss. And then we got this big hike up. We got another confirmed buy signal or bullish momentum. And then we got another sell signal here, followed by immediately right after a bullish. So we're still heavy, and then followed right after by another. But then you see here up top, we got that TP signal. So these triangles are TP signals. They're like super confirmed. Hey, it's probably time to take some profit off the table, or we're reversing. So it's definitely a good indicator of both TP and a reversal signal. And then you would have also seen that we're inside the reversal zone. So you're getting some of that reversal pressure. Okay. And then you're getting bearish momentum from these dots.
Now in your oscillator, it looks like a little SL. Yeah, right there.
S2. So S2 is like a strong, hey, we're going to be reversing soon. It's probably start looking for that money flow to go to the downside. This is a good time to start shorting. I know we had another push up. That was about $2,000 to the push to the upside. But you could have definitely started DCAing into this. That's how this works. We have also bearish divergence. We have bullish hidden divergence. So that just means, hey, this hidden bullish divergence, we're going to be continuing to the upside. And that is how this works. We do print some bearish momentum on other time frames. That's where this box right here, the LTF buy readout or LTF sell readout, depending on if we're bearish or bullish. So when it starts giving you red dots is where it's going to be a bearish momentum. We're getting super extended into bearish zone. Obviously, we got some bearish signals here. Is just because we have that heavy money flow pushing up to the upside. We've gotten a couple of TP. We've got TP here, but yet money flow is just pushing up. So we have very heavy bullish momentum. In this type of case, because it's news, it's going to be giving us some false readings. Now, if we were to go into a higher time frame that gives better readings, we are just now getting that reversal signal. Look at that. Perfect right now. We have 32 minutes for this to close. 32 minutes for it to close. We have a buy signal back here on Friday on the 11th. You could have entered here at 11.5, 111.5. And that would have been actually an awesome trade.
And what are you calling that? The box with all the data in it down below.
This is a lower time frame readout. So on the lower time frame, we have two readouts. It looks for two time frames to get confirmed if it's going to be bullish or bearish. So right now I can't zoom in because it doesn't zoom in on it. But right now we're getting two confirmed time frames on the 2 hour and the that is the hour and a half, or yeah, it's an hour and a half. That it is giving us two sell signals. Say, hey, both time frames we have sell signals. We are getting a sell signal also, and we're getting a reversal signal. So saying this is a good time to possibly start looking for a short. Wait for the gray dot to print. Just like back here, we got some signals on bearish momentum, and then we had a confirmation. You always wait for that confirmation. Confirmed gray dot on right here. So I would have entered a short. You could either A, because we have this TP signal, you could go ahead and enter it now because you have 1, 2, and then if you once you get that gray dot will confirm a third short signal, just like we did back here.
And there tends to be two different types of readouts. There's one that says readout, one that says breakout.
Yeah, so it's actually, it says readout. I don't believe it has a breakout.
Both the yellow,
okay.
the yellow one,
does have a
and the
breakout.
teal.
Yeah. So breakout means it's only one confirmation, so only has one check. Full sell readout is going to be 2 confirmations. So breakout saying, hey, we're getting some bullish momentum on one other time frame. We're probably going to be breaking out to the upside or breaking out to the downside. So that's what the breakout. It's giving you only a one confirmation.
Okay.
That's going to be the Neuro wave. Then you have our liquidations that you can look at time frames, see, okay, hey, where's some good areas, either A, to enter for long or potentially take profits, right? So we have some heavy longs right now that are entering pretty late. They're long in the top, right? They're long in that top. So their liquidations are pretty tight. So they're probably entering somewhere in this area, and then they're setting their stop loss at 113.1, saying, hey, if we continue, I don't want to miss out. But if we fall, I want to get out of this trade at 113.1. So it looks like a lot of people are setting their stop losses right at 113.1.
And you designed that so that it would consolidate the stripes into a finer line to more define
Correct.
it.
Yeah. So if you look at someone else's indicator, like we'll pull this other indicator that I have. Looks like I no longer have access to it. So there is some other indicators that will show big areas, right? So I think Lux Investing Bros have created one that has more of a bigger area. Well, you don't really know that big area, right? So you want something more confined. So I give you a tick of about, looks like 200. It's about $200 price range that you can say, okay, look, I want to look somewhere in this range to also be moving out, or I want to set my stop loss maybe a little bit lower than that. because maybe the price is going to come down and wick low, and it could continue. It could continue. So we, set your stop loss maybe at 112, 850, 800, and then you could look for an entry here. That's what liquidations will look at, right? Good areas.
Is there anything on liquidations that we can customize?
It's going to be colors, and your liquidation areas. So if you're 25x, 50x, 100, 150, but these 5 with these ranges, they cover pretty decent range already. If you don't like how many lines it shows, you can reduce the lines to, instead of 120 lines, you can reduce it down to like 80 lines, or you can increase it as well. But it just makes a chart busier. So if you're looking at like a full, makes a chart look busy, you can see hot areas, and then you can zoom in closer to kind of get that pinpoint. And then you have hammer time. Hammer time is the last one. And it's really going to be trend, showing a good trend. So, hey, look, on the 1 hour, we're showing bullish trend here. It's giving long signals and short signals. And the way it does that happens is it goes, the 20 crosses over the 50, and it will throw those signals. Okay. See back here, we could have entered back when it threw this long signal, or the short signal. We got the short signal. I would have waited for it to come back up and test the 20 and the 50 EMA. I would probably entered here at the 20 EMA, and then it tested the 50 EMA, but then rejected. So that would have been a nice little short. And then we anchored. Yeah. Yeah. We're on the 1 hour, and it's because we had a pump and dump. We came and we crossed over. So you could have seen it will throw the signal it'll throw the signal while it's in this uptrend, but you would have seen that this is consolidating really close. And when we would have crossed over it here, you could have entered along here, and then you could have been like following with a stop loss, but that would have been a really tight, you could have entered like somewhere there. You're going to have your stop loss where the candle opened, and then you would have followed your stop loss as it moved up. And say once we crossed that 200 EMA here, you could have moved your stop loss right to that 200 EMA, and you could have still gone up here and be like, okay, we closed this candle close. Now I'm going to move my stop loss even more.
So I guess
Right, so
what I'm wondering is, if we put that in combination with the oscillator, is it going to give us information on a continuation?
Yes, yeah. So it's gonna give you. We got a long confirmation a couple hours before at 5 a.m. So we got that confirmation at 5 a.m. We're waiting for that money flow to pop around, which it finally did, and we got that God candle coming up. Then we had that TP signal. Looks like 2 hours later. That was at 10 a.m. By 12 o'clock, we got that TP signal. And then you can start looking for that short confirmed a few hours later here at 3 p.m. Or you could have entered that short right at the TP signal. That's how. Yep. So hammer time is really just trend based. The way I utilize it is just to see, hey, where are we in the trend, as a confirmation, to say if we were fully extended, okay, I'm going to look for another retest back here, and then I can combine it with, oh, look at that retest. That retest is right in the order block. Perfect entry. Look for another retest in the order block off the 20 and the 50 EMA, right? Even though we got a long signal, I'm going to look for possibly a test here inside this order block, for it to be confirmed. And we did exactly that, and we pushed to the upside. And then, yes, last but not least, you can do alerts, you'll right click on anywhere you want. Say if you want an alert over here, do add alert. By default price, you want smart pack tool, and then you want it every time it flips to a long or a short, you want it to give you the indicator, or sorry, the indication. And then obviously you set whatever time frame that you want that indicator to go off on. Always set it to once per bar or per bar close. So if you like to know, like for me, I like to know, hey, I'm flashing, but it's not, it doesn't confirm on this bar. I still want to know that we're close. We're close to that buy signal or sell signal. So the way I do it for me is I do it on once per bar. Because it could be like it gives you a buy signal on this bar, but see, we got rejected. I could have, because I'm not looking at the charts all the time, I could have at least gone to my charts a little bit after I got that signal and be like, okay, well, where did it actually print? No, it didn't print. All right, I'm gonna look at this chart. I'm gonna look at what's happening here and see. Look, we have a doji candle here. This is probably a good reversal, and then we got that confirmation the next hour, the next hour over. If you like to be only on confirmed candles, then you can also do that. That'll be once per bar.
Just like with any alert, we can put our own messages in there.
Correct. Yeah. So you'll set the messages. You'll say what this message is all about. You can do webhooks or send it to your email. So yeah. Neurowave. There's a lot more. I'm actually going to be scrapping all these and making them a lot better. But for now, you have lower time frame confirmations on pairs. You have a confirmation on gold and blues, which is going to be, it's going to be three or more time frames confirmed. So those are stronger confirmations. The step 2 buy roundoffs are where it gives you that B2 or S2 badge. So it's looking at 2 different confirmations. It's looking for a heavy buy signal and it's looking for money flow. So that's where the S2 or step 2 and sell 2 are coming into play. LTF breakout. So instead of a full readout, getting both confirmations, you can look at, hey, give me every time it gives me one of these red dots, or sorry, where only one of them. So it's going to one other time frame is confirming. So you can also set that.
So that's where you
I
get
don't really
the
use-
breakout, not the readout.
Correct. Yeah. And then you have the same thing, your same charts, and then your alert itself. That's going to be. Sorry, say it one more time. Yeah, so here you can have different ones. What are you talking about here? Oh, you have these alerts are if you want money flow crossing something. So these are standard trading view alerts. These are the ones that just come on default from it. Like you can change it to anything and they're always going to be there. Yeah. Because they're the default price action. So there's price is crossing, a certain price or whatever the case may be. But that is it, guys. I'm actually need to jump off here. They've already called me a couple times, wife and daughter. But I'll come back. And I know you guys didn't have a lot, but hopefully me covering every single indicator has given you guys a better understanding of what's happening. Again, if you guys have joined the TikTok live, please don't forget to hit the subscribe and hit the follow. Join the Discord, join the VIP trading group. Yeah, I mean, I know some people have asked some other questions on how are going to be. I want to enter this trade, and I've kind of given you some good information on when you're going to be confirming, good trades. Right here, obviously, we got a heavy buy signal just because we're heavy extended. We got a nice little push up to the upside, but we didn't get that money flow actually rounding off, or it's still plateaued. So I would have seen there that you could have taken this trade. You could have and gotten some profit. But you can still see that we're heavy on the down red side. You would have taken that money out once you were in the green here. Or you could have been doing something like this where you entered in this. I'm gonna do wick low and then shoot for this up here like so. And then I would have taken my TP1 right here halfway through. Right? Just to be on the safe side. So you take your TP1, move your stop loss to break even, and you would have gotten stopped out. And then you would have entered again whenever you had another confirmation. So here on this other confirmation, you see, hey, we have another confirmation and I have money flow rounding off. I'm going to go ahead and enter this trade. Go ahead and turn this off. There you go. Confirm, enter this trade on this next candle, wick low, and shoot for that. Oh, where's it at? There it is. Go, wick, and shoot for that 3RR. And then once we started building structure, right, we're building structure inside the market. We have a fair value gap. We have an order block. I want to start moving my stop loss. You can do trailing stop loss, or you could have actually just taken your profits up here and then cut the trade and then re-enter somewhere. Hopefully this has helped a lot of people. I know it has helped me. One, obviously developing everything as a creator, but understanding the market a lot better. It's helped me just as a trader and just in general, and more confidence. So if you guys are still having some struggles, please don't hesitate to message me. If you guys want one-on-ones, we can schedule something. I'll probably be scheduling some one-on-ones like the other guys here do. So I'll be doing that. Just DM me so I can check my schedule, and then as far as transactions or anything, I'll send you a link for that as well. But I hope you guys have had some good understandings on this, and hope to see you guys later.
Thank you, Zero.
Yep, you're welcome.